It's till Sunday and Monday because I think we still have 4 days,
Yeah, still some time to go. But so the general overview of what we've got, high pressure situated there in the northeast. Remember, the flow around that high clockwise. So we're bringing in that flow of colder air, and that's driving down through the Carolinas and into Georgia. And of course, we've got some mountains in the way.
Right, so they'll block the cold air from getting anywhere else, get stuck right there along the Appalachian Mountains. And they do really play a role in the setup for the kind of weather we're going to get this weekend. There's really warm air, too. I mean, this low out ahead of it helps bring in the warm air, but because that cold air is stuck, the warm air goes over top of the cold air.
Yeah, so you've got precipitation falling through a bit of a warmer layer, then hitting that surface, which is a much colder air mass. And so we've got, in some cases, where we'll be talking sleet. In other cases, it'll be the freezing rain issues that we do have to face.
And that's where you see those pink and purple colors on the map. There will be all rain and maybe even some thunderstorms over here just out ahead of this low, watching the Florida Panhandle for that. But it's the most impactful weather we think is going to be this freezing situation that we have going on.
That's right. So we talked about these warm layers and what can happen when that moves on in. Let's take a look at some of the sleet and freezing rain issues. You get, again, snow falling where the clouds are, and then you get into that warmer layer where the snow flake melts completely. But once it gets down to the surface where it's cold enough, hits the ground, freezes on contact, and you've got that glaze of ice, which no one wants to have to do.
Right. And by the way, a snowflake, once it melts, can't turn back into a snowflake. So it's either going to be sleet or freezing rain, or grapple or snow pellets. But anyway, you're not going to get... You have to have cold air at all levels to get that pure snow.
All right, so yeah, this is what we'll be trying to finagle and figure out here over the coming days, where this is all going to be setting up out there. All right, let's get to our question of the day. We've been talking about snow amounts and the ideal snow amounts for you here in an ideal situation, right? If you didn't have to worry about going to work or school, if the city could handle any snowfall that came on in, how much would you like to see?
All right, so we gave you some ranges, and the votes have been coming in. It's been really even, actually, voting on all three of these, but more than a foot as winning so far.
Stacy says 12 plus or more, of course. Living on the Ohio-West Virginia border near Pittsburgh, it looks gorgeous here when the snow falls. Add in all the hills that we have to go sled riding.